Alright, so first cut stream, here we go. As always, gotta make sure I can see the comments. Here it is, nice, nice. Alright, so this one's gonna be fun. A one-hit kill samurai game. And yeah, like, as you'll see for its style, it is very, very nice. So we'll just jump right into it. And yeah, I mean, cut some people open, sever some heads. Good stuff. Hello. Hello to all who joined. Oop, in the end, sometimes you get to go up, sometimes you are the gore. And yeah. And I can basically do kind of okay on adept difficulty in duel. But one would try it in the survival mode. Yeah, that's that is gonna be brutal for me. You'll see, you'll see. Oh yeah, very much can't wait to try out the Dead Island 2. We'll probably be streaming it, I think, in exactly a week, I assume. Oof, wow, yeah. So when Bogan's game's gonna be like in a demo ready state, and sure, yeah, absolutely gonna be covering it in both demonstrations. He's very much invited for an interview and a stream with hopefully less dying than in this game. Yeah. Unforgiving. Unforgiving. And quite intense. Lake View Cabin. I have no idea what is Lake View Cabin. Like, I usually remember any suggestions, but if it's like a horror game with pre-made gore, then yeah, like, there is no point. But I have no idea what it is. Yeah, what is cool is that the AI has like a bunch of styles, so it can be defensive, it can be offensive, it can be... Here you go, yeah. And you can actually clean your sword, like this. Fun stuff, fun stuff. Oh yeah, horror games are a very hard pass for me, like... I really don't enjoy all the walking simulators where there is some combat, but you kind of have to work for it a lot to get it. Not a fan of that, like. Only if something is like crazy exceptional. Basically, Resident Evil 2 that counts. But let's see what else you guys are saying. Oh yeah, so this is the new and improved version. Yeah, like, this is cool. As I mentioned, I think I mentioned in the... Yeah, probably mentioned it in the upcoming Gore Games video. Not a fan of pixel art, but when I saw it, when I saw the trailer, just looked so bloody cool, so yeah. And it absolutely is. Had a chance to play it for some time today, and yeah. This is a crazy cool game. Even in the current state, which is supposed to be buggy. I think I've seen only one bug with the blood, but we'll probably see it. When I think the blood on the environment kind of like, how to say, what's the word, projecting on the character. So I think that's the only bug I've seen here. And supposed to be like a buggy beta version. It's really not, it's quite amazing. In my opinion, just having played it today, very much ready to go. As for how to get this game, so I got a key from the dev, but you can get it on the game's Patreon, which I have linked in the show notes. And yeah, absolutely very much endorsing it. It's awesome. It really is. Goriest game I've played so far, well. The Last of Us 1 is quite something, isn't it? So I've been working on the commentary video for it, and yeah, just seeing more and more details. There's definitely a few issues. Of course, there always are issues, but when it comes to body damage, it's some of the best I saw. That's by the way the response for a wooden sword. So that guy was nice enough to bring a wooden sword and maybe just break a nose. But you know, we're on the channel, we're not nice enough to bring wooden swords. Unless I can be the character repeatedly. Oh yeah, RDR2 is very nice, but I think with some tweaks to the gore it can deliver a much better response. There were some very strange issues. So in certain things the detail in RDR2 was crazy, but it had some really odd issues, which I think it could have avoided. And that was the throat slit animation and the response, and yeah, that's just cool. So just been playing it today, and it's kind of like some of the hits you can really feel them, despite it being pretty low detail, pixel art and all of that, but with the animations, with the way it's done, some of the hits, like the throat slice, like the one where you kind of get a hit across the chest, kind of like this, basically, I see it, yeah, like, I feel it. Very good stuff. And yeah, sure, we'll have a look at the customization menu. I'm pretty happy with this character, don't really want to change anything, but yeah, sure, we can do the customization menu. Gotcha. No idea what is happening with Lit in Sky, to be honest. No idea. Man, but I'm pretty sure that the gore I showcased, which is definitely decently good, which was quite good. I think that's basically the final state, and probably just working on more content. So yeah. And I know people have been like quite upset with the, you know, the gore not being as detailed as the older demos, but which definitely, you know, I was hoping for a full game with that level of detail, but essentially even in that state where when I covered it in that demo, definitely tops some games I've covered on this channel in terms of details. So yeah, won't be quite as detailed as the demos, or as, how's it called? The thing called Final Response, the sandbox version of it, but it's still gonna deliver good feedback. Alright, so I had a request to look at the customization menu. Let's see, is it like here or alright. Single player, keyboard. Okay, yeah, so here we go. Have a whole bunch of options for everything. And you can also customize the color of everything. But yeah, as I mentioned, I do kind of like this character and don't wanna really change it at all, so yeah. We do have quite some options there. Favorite hardcore tactical shooters besides SWAT 4? Wait. And Tarkov. Ooh. Well, that's gotta be Insurgency Sandstorm. I have enjoyed it quite a lot. Definitely Sandstorm. But Insurgency Sandstorm in the hardcore co-op mode has more grounded movement. It's kind of like, the movement kind of reminds me of SWAT 4 there. So you get kind of like SWAT 4 like movement against insurgents or security with the Sandstorm tier gore, which is very nice, very nice. So also like they gotta be working on something new. So I have no information on that whatsoever, but they gotta be working on something next. So can't wait for whatever they're working on. It's gonna be fun. I mean, he has to come here so I can go up this beautiful window thing. It's very well lit. It's almost gonna be a crime against humanity if he manages to get me with his wooden sword. Yes, 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 yes. Nice, 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 nice. Alright. Upwards two, yes. And yeah, I think it's gonna be quite a mess. Quite a mess. Hello to all who joined. And yeah, we're gonna go for more locations later. Just wanna showcase the blood stuff. And the indoor locations are where it's most clear. So cut his stomach open, remove his head. Nice stuff. Ooh, as for desserts and cake, so as I mentioned in a previous stream, I'm doing a mostly carnivorous thing, so I haven't had like any desserts in probably years. And to be honest, even before like doing keto or carnivore, I wasn't really much of a dessert guy. So if there was chocolate cake, yeah, like I'd have a slice, but literally nothing else. The game is first cut. A one-hit kill samurai game. You have local co-op, you have PvE. So I have seen a video that I went to earlier today, and it seems to like the ragdolls look weird. So the body damage looks awesome. The blood spitting, I think I've seen some vanish, so potential issues there. But the ragdolls, they look kind of off from what I saw. But anyway, all that analysis, be looking at it after the full game releases. And then, as I mentioned, this game is crazy cool. Oof! Yeah, so, like, well, I'm not entirely sure exactly how I managed to achieve this effect, but, well, with the animations, but I'm kind of like really feeling it. Like this time, had my arm removed, and yeah, I could almost feel it. That's so cool. So yes, just really well done animations that activate properly. Get him, get him, get him, get him. No, don't have a VR handset. Not a whole lot of room for it at the moment too. I think it was probably a broken nose on my end. Oh, that's actually cool. I saw his mask come off. Don't think I saw it before. That was crazy cool. So yeah, let's just make any type of stage and have some fun with it. Later see what the extras can deliver. What that was remained is his leg and a crotch, basically. Oh yeah, I like Insurgency very much. Both the original and Sandstorm. I think in the original one, something about the movement, the regular movement, felt better. But when it comes to hardcore co-op, yeah, just very happy with the movement in Sandstorm. And the whole experience. I wonder if there's like a hardcore PvP mod. I haven't played it in quite a while. And yes, so you can, one key feature of this game is mowing lawn and staining it. So yes, we can mow the lawn. And play as a painter, essentially, of yourself and of the surroundings. Very nice, very nice. Here we go, filling in the blanks here. Yeah. So let's see if I can activate a next slice animation. So what's happening? That was weird. Well, currently working on the commentary video on The Last of Us 1. If 2 comes on PC, like, sure, yeah, absolutely. Has my opinion changed on Sandstorm? Yeah, I haven't really played at all with the Igor configs. Except for making blood stay and body stay for as much as I could back then. But I actually haven't played that for a while, so this Passover in the little time I had, when I didn't have any specific plans, I did play some SPT. SPT is a lot of fun, seriously. Tarkov minus the crazy grind delivers a pretty good job of giving you that Tarkov experience without having to basically live in the game to enjoy it. So yeah, I heard the devs aren't exactly fond of it, but I mean they should probably embrace it rather than give trouble to either the developers or anyone playing it. Here we go. Alright, I have to paint the snow in white. Yes, yes, in red, damn it. Well, I mean, we actually have a gore mod for The Sims. I kid you not, that is a thing. I came across it. I mean, I might cover it as a joke. Wanted to do it for April 1st, but didn't have the time this time around, but yeah. Yeah, there is a gore mod for The Sims, and I'm probably gonna cover it. far as I remember, it's basically just kill animations with the appropriate responses. Favorite not over-the-top gore system in a game, so I think to be honest, most games, even the realistic leaning ones, go for the exaggerated thing. You know, even in Sandstorm you have these massive buffs to indicate the heat feedback, which is fine, but would be nice to see something just go for a completely realistic response. I kind of like the blood puffs in Tarkov. Those are basically quite realistically mild, but of course it has a lot to... it's lacking in much of the other aspects. We'll see perhaps if the gore can be notably improved with the SPT mod and the mods for it. Oof, yeah, so... I think it's kind of got a... I think I got a slice in the face, then the head came off. And yeah, Ready or Not is very much getting... is very much in the way to being an amazing experience, so by the damage wise I think... even if they don't add dismemberment, it's gonna be good enough. What really is missing is some better blood spilling and animations. But they are working on it. They will eventually get to it. Come on, come on, yes, 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 yes. The ruby blood. There has to be. Yeah, not sure about links in this chat. I don't have any auto blocker specifically enabled, but I'm not sure. Even in regular comments, some get filtered out, and I might not even know. So, David, there is no like passing through a level, but you do have kind of like a survival mode with enemies continuously coming at you. We'll do it later. Actually, I think after this match, yeah, I would try in survival mode, but that one is notably harder. Oof, yeah. I wanted to go up those lanterns. Didn't quite happen. Yeah, so this guy pays for all of my previous deaths, basically. In the end, any close proximity object gets stained, as you can see. The calm, the ones on top there. Cool stuff, cool stuff. As I mentioned, just feels quite gnarly. I wanna get his head, remove the mask. Show your face. As I mentioned, some characters are nice enough to go at you with a wooden sword, just to like break your nose or something. Okay, I still have a chance to win this thing. Not a very high one, but I do have a chance. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! Yes! Okay, got him, got him. Alright. We are getting there for a win in this round. Okay, yeah. Now the conclusive one. Was a close call. Yes! Okay, yeah, we have a win in this round. Nice. Right, so let's check out survival mode and die a lot there. I might have to lower the difficulty later, but you'll see it's notably more difficult than the regular one. So you can't move forward, but you just have enemies continuously come at you with the limit you set. So I set a limit for 10, and they come from both directions. And managing all of that can get a little bit difficult. So yeah, just like that. That is not getting the hang of that easily for sure. Let's see. The locations are crazy cool, and the ambient sounds are very nice. Yeah, I think semi-retro game... Ah, I was thinking you meant... Kind of thought you meant like something else, like a game with, I think it can be called retrofuturism. Yeah, I think I'll go back to Duel. So, the whole retrofuturism style can be quite cool, absolutely. Basically think like a Fallout style, that stuff is quite nice. But when it comes to like semi-retro graphical styles, I think, yeah, just my personal bias is I'm not a huge fan of it, but occasionally you do have just cool games where I'm enjoying it despite it being pixelated or semi-retro. So for example, there's this one, there's of course Brutal Doom, most definitely Brutal Fate as well. The detail there in terms of gore and response is just amazing. There was a Strafe, which is in the style of the late 90s shooters. Also had very cool blood effects and quite enjoyable. But yeah, I think it's just a per case thing for me. Smoking Bombs, actually I have seen there has been an update on Brutal Half-Life. Not like a release, but dev is very much working on it. And things are being made, so yeah, it hasn't been abandoned. As for the question on history, been a while since I watched any documentary. Pretty used to, but not a whole lot of time now. Yeah, so Brutal Half-Life is very much in the work. And when the new version comes, I'll definitely be covering it. At the very least in the form of demonstration and a stream. Alright, favorite gore movies, so it has to be the classic Robocop, of course. The first two movies, those are quite great. Yeah, so I do actually wonder if there's a way to configure the bar in the new Counter-Strike to stay. Not sure. Personally, I would very much want a more moddable Counter-Strike like Source, where you can do anything from like core mods to perhaps like some really kind of like wacky game modes and stuff. Some servers for Source were just weird as hell and it was awesome. And there goes my character. Don't think I heard of Fran. Doesn't sound familiar to me. Yeah, I think I'll try to just stick to single death animation thing without going for the overkills, just to have a good look at those. You know, almost instinctively. I kind of like, I feel the need to just keep slashing him, but yeah. And yeah, I have been to the US, I have been to New York and Boston. Actually, on the both times I've been to the US, it's been New York and Boston. Just happened to be that way. Would very much like to check out some of the other states. Definitely Florida, Texas and such. Those sound like a lot of fun. Or wherever you can kind of like shoot something big. Yes, for non-VR Blood Trail that is planned, but I think they are going to finish the VR version first, then get to the mouse and keyboard thing later. Yeah, probably not gonna make a video on the RE4 remake. Gonna make the one on the Last of Us 1. That's gonna be the next commentary video. Then Dead Island 2, and then there's a whole bunch of other stuff I have planned. So the game has other game modes. It has a survival mode where they keep coming at you from different directions, which I'm not very good at, but you know what, I'll showcase it. There is a local co-op option. Not entirely sure what is Ring Out, to be honest. Let's check out. Ah, I get it. This one I actually haven't tried. Oh, that's cool. So you also have this option of combat in a small arena, where you can fall off, kind of like sumo fights basically, but with swords. Yeah, swords and gore make everything more fun. Let's see. Yeah, I have seen blood vanish in Dead Space 2, Dead Island 2. I think this will make... Actually, yeah. I almost forgot there's a shoving option. Ah, that's cool, that's cool. Okay, expectations for Dead Island 2. I do expect the body damage to be amazing. And I see every indication that the body damage is gonna be quite amazing. Butt speeding, as mentioned, like, it looks like it's gonna be good, but seems to vanish. Hopefully you can configure it to stay. And animations are kind of like yet to be seen, because... Yeah, I should have felt that that's kind of an issue. Probably a better thing. So animations and ragdolls, I'm gonna have to take a good look at that. But yeah, but for the very least, the body damage should be fantastic. Yes, I think this is the mod with the bugs. Not a whole lot, but... I saw that it's a good question whether the engine is indeed configurable for better aftermath, because like... The Techland engines, yeah, you have mods almost immediately. I'm not sure about that one. Yeah, okay, yeah, here we go. Nice, nice. I'm not sure if the engine is as moddable as the Techland engines are. Ooh, yeah, just a plain beheading. Yeah, one of those I felt at moments. So yeah, so here's basically the gory sumo game mode, and it is fun. It's definitely fun. Come on, come on, come on! We do have a beautiful waterfall to stain in red. The most realistic game ever made? Ooh. Yeah, good question. I think you mean Sandbox, right? NVMe? But I think that one doesn't have multiplayer. You mean the project by Hikvi, perhaps? Yeah, and I think yeah, I think David's got it. Probably Microsoft Flight Sim has got to be the most realistic, and of course, if you want like the combat option, you do have Il-2 Sturmovik, the Russian World War II plane game. Yeah, I think you probably mean the project by Hikvi, right? Okay, so I'm not familiar with that, but I mean, essentially, it's gotta be a game first and foremost. Like, how much fun can you have just torturing ragdoll? You gotta have like some gameplay. But let's go back to some duos. You know, it's kind of a shame where you see like a sandbox thing with incredible mechanics, but I mean, you know, you just torture a standing ragdoll. Because there's a difference when you're just torturing a defense, just a passive ragdoll, or you're seeing very cool response in combat. Alright, let's see, so we have a comment here from the creator of the Tarkov Gore mod, let's see. I am very much looking forward to updates on that, because I really have enjoyed the Tarkov Gore mod quite a lot. And really enjoyed Tarkov with SPT, as I mentioned previously. I mean, yeah, essentially it's, as I mentioned like probably a million times on this channel, about response mechanics in games, but you gotta have a game for the response mechanics to truly matter. Thank you, John. Oof, yeah. The hits feel good. The hits feel good in this one. And as has been asked, I'm really enjoying this game. I do very much like the fast time to kill stuff. And I'm not always good in those, but I am enjoying those. I have also quite enjoyed how's it called? Hellish Court. The Polish kind of like, not one hit kill, but also very fast time to kill. It's a fun game. Core has some room to improvement in there, but really enjoyable one. Garevich, I wish I had I wish I had real guns here. Yeah, so in Israel the situation is bizarre to say the least. So when I was 18, I went to basic training in the army. I didn't do anything at all significant there. Was fixing computers for 3 years basically. But in basic training I was given a M16. So when I'm 18 I can have like an M16 with a full auto option, access to magazines and such and all of that. But when I'm out of the army, if I haven't reached like certain ranks or have like some other reason to own a gun, I can't have one, which makes zero effing sense. Aha, so you say Hyperbox is a shooter, okay, yeah, so I am intrigued. And for me, like, just so I don't forget it, can you like leave a comment with the just mentioning Hyperbox in any of the videos? Just in case I forget the name. Just leave a comment in any of the videos. So yeah, hunting is not very much of a big thing here in Israel. Some of the so-called reasons you can own a gun are, I think, living in certain locations where it's massively dangerous. As much as I like guns, I wouldn't move somewhere where I'm in big physical danger just to own one. What else? I think paramedics can have a gun. Firefighters, cops, obviously. And yeah, stuff like that. Used to, I think in the past if you got a recommendation from a high enough ranking police officer you could own one, but I think even that's no longer a thing. Yes, there is a mode with multiple enemies coming at you, and I absolutely suck at that one. I just get demolished. So I'm sticking to duels. Or the sumo game mode. The Gore Sumo one is quite fun. I mean, I gotta say, like, for me, like, what's the point of gunner replicas, eventually? Okay, so, why I made this actually new, I did not know Galaxy is working on a mod on Zomboid. So I thought it looks quite cool. There's a bunch of people on the Discord posting screenshots, and even as it was quite cool, but now with Galaxy working on it, oh yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna cover that for sure. I still gotta cover his RDR2 mod. Haven't had time. Oh yeah, if he does ever do it, that's gonna be awesome. Very much a fan of Galaxy's work. But yeah, I mean, right now he's doing important things for Half-Sword. Really gonna be enjoying their upcoming version. Had a chance to play a work-in-progress demo for the interview thing, and yeah. They had quite some improvements since then, so that's gonna be awesome. No, there is actually kind of an airsoft scene in Israel, so to say. Don't really have the time to get into it, but kinda would like to. It does sound like a lot of fun. Airsoft stuff. Gonna try to showcase just single death animations here. Yeah, the AI here are nice enough to kind of like not mutilate you post-mortally. They are nice. So I have made a lengthy interview with the devs of Half-Sword. So right now they are basically working on the base mechanics, the combat, the gore, and how it feels, and then it's gonna be kind of like a arena mode with some progression. Essentially, at the foundation, it's gonna be around combat and the response for combat, but there will very much be a kind of game mode with progression. And for me, like, I think it's actually quite a good thing, because in Exanima, I haven't really enjoyed the story mode. But Arena, man, I can play the Arena forever, basically. Just physics-based combat is so crazy fun. And Exanima has it very decently fleshed out, and Half-Sword is very much on the way. I do very much like the progress. That should have gotten... yeah, like... Pretty sure I should have been able to slice him. I'm not sure, maybe he's kind of a dodge move or something. Oh well. Got him. Alright, let's see. Not at all familiar with Sabrosa. As for a favorite World War II movie, gotta be Saving Private Ryan. Still waiting for a game to kind of deliver that feel. In terms of like aesthetic and overall vibe, Brothers in Arms did a very decent job. In terms of gore, yeah. Like, I think it's the second lowest, Hell's Highway is the second lowest scoring game in the gore reviews. So, yeah. Yes, David is correct, we absolutely need more single-player World War II games. And something to really properly deliver it. Saving Private Ryan feel. I don't know that for a while Gearbox have been working on a new game in that series, but no news on it for like years. I recall I first heard about it, I think probably in 2014, I believe. There was the first mention of them working on it, and just a few confirmations of its existence since then, but no solid news. I really hope they won't screw it up. Let's see. Lowest scoring game in the Go reviews has been, I think, what was it called? Conan Exiles. Oh yeah, that was that was abysmal. I do recall them mentioning in the trailer that they're gonna be focusing on the responses. I think in the very first trailer, they kind of said they wanna make each response, each hit count, and at least in the very first early access version, that was abysmal. The response. So if I recall correctly, that is the lowest scoring game in the Go reviews. Yeah, usually embargo, I think embargo lifts are usually either on the day or a few days before, as far as I recall. I haven't seen many with a 1 week embargo lift. Right, yeah, let's stain those lanterns. Yes, yes, here we go. Yeah. Lanterns have been somewhat stained. But yeah, I will of course make a commentary video. I'll give it a fair shake, as I'm doing now for Last of Us 1, but no scores, guys, no scores. Especially for, so I was considering making a score, no, just once, for The Last of Us 1, but to make the score reflect both the potential to improve it, and both to give it kind of like a fair score for the stuff it does amazingly, it's either gonna feel very low, or it's gonna be like unjustifiably high, like Killing Floor 2. So yeah, scores have been a pain in the ass, and in, let's say, regular games, you could kind of like figure something out that would be kind of acceptable, but for something like Last of Us 1 or Dead Island 2, yeah, scoring it is just gonna be massive pass for me. So, for example, like the body damage in The Last of Us 1 is incredible. Like, at the moment, there are two like issues I found. There are some points of feedback, there are some things that can be improved for sure, always. But in terms of issues, there are only two I found. So if, for example, the score for body damage for Last of Us 1 would be, let's say, 25 or so. It would kind of feel appropriate with what they have going there. But when you compare that to something dynamic like Dead Island 2, you know, where you have like only 5 points, for example, to get a score higher, it's just either I give a score that feels very low, or I give a score that doesn't give a whole lot of room for making it higher, basically. I'll absolutely watch Saving Private Ryan, great movie. Basically, masterpiece tier. Absolute classic, absolute classic. Alright, we have to stay in this one, we have to... Yes, I know it, I know it. Come on, come on. Yes, yes, yes. Ah, yeah. Good stuff, good stuff. Back to the gory sumo thing. She's quite nice. It feels satisfying, even without any fancy physics. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Ah. Yes. Spikes could definitely be a fun option for this. Absolutely. That is a good call. So I have heard about the series, Band of Brothers. I heard it's good. Haven't had a chance to watch it. I did hear it's very good. No, even a wooden whack at the throat area, man, that's gonna hurt. That is gonna hurt. Can I push it? Ah, no. I was hoping to push half of him over the edge. Yep. Don't expose yourself is a good lesson for life. Yeah, David, so I heard it was excellent, but yeah. No one has 10 hours. Haven't watched Generation War either. I don't think I heard of it actually. Doesn't sound familiar. I think I probably first heard of it on this stream from you. The animations are very nice. So I think I do one more go on duos, and that will be it for today. And just to showcase all very clearly, we're gonna go for the indoors. Yeah, here we go. So that's a good showcase of the breeding system. Yeah, and for this style, definitely good stuff. Very much works. Very much works. I think I've mentioned this one, where you have a cut across your body, from like the stomach to the top. Yeah, so I can say that it was asked about the game 6 Days in Fallujah. No plans for like lots of gore, but if you just get the basics of wounds when hit, bloodstains, blood pools, some animations for injuries, that should be good enough, but yeah, it's not gonna be like massively gory. I am following the development of that. Still, probably gonna enjoy it. They're gonna have a very cool feature of, I think, procedurally generating the inner locations. I think maybe even perhaps like entire levels, so kind of like never know exactly what to expect. So that's gonna be fun. If they do manage to deliver it, it's gonna be as good as it sounds. It's gonna be a really like really unique experience. Think like tactical shooter, but every time you play it kind of like feels like a new level. So definitely I haven't heard of that before, so it's gonna be awesome. Of course, I don't think I've mentioned it, but your character can also get stained in the enemy's blood. You can stain the enemy in your blood. So yeah, fun stuff. And let's mess up this very well lit location. Here we go. With a nice disembowelment. So haven't seen any trade kills. Played a bunch today, haven't seen anything like trade kills. But yeah, but basically when both you and the enemy swing, it's just kind of like swords hit each other, so yeah, no trade kills. Don't think it's even a planned feature, so yeah, I think this will be it for today, so as you can see, it is quite enjoyable. For this style, does quite well. And yeah, like, even in the current beta state, definitely loads of fun, so yeah, hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you probably in a week for the stream of Dead Island 2. See you next time.